Taking a look here at the Zcash chart, which is going to be our star of the show today, $660 per Zcash. Nuts. You guys can see that 786 in there. Nice break over the 786. Initial rejection, pulled back. Wanted to see more correction in here, okay? I still want us to be very aware that this has created structural instability. This impulse right in here, it looks like we're trying to break over that 786. Right now, the minor zone to be defended, if it is going to just do that break from here, is we do not want to see a pushback below 528, 530. That is going to be the area that you want to see maintained. If you were only going to do a shallow pullback in here and then a move towards 1,000 plus, you do need to see that come into play here, okay? So otherwise, you are still looking at that 50-day and that 400 mark as the more viable back test that really should occur. Taking a peek here at Algorand, briefly below the 50-day moving average, you guys can see we have now recovered above that. Oops, I meant to come down to a smaller time frame. Let's go to 8. Perfect. So back above the 50-day, not with a whole lot of tenacity, but we are back above the 50-day. More than anything, though, finding the bounce here back at that 10-cent mark, finding it just above where we found these previous double bottoms in here. Still very happy with the Algorand structure, one of our stronger alts that once again set a fresh low not too long ago. H&T here, one of our weaker assets, in fact, probably weaker than even Algo and H-Bar, given that they are one of the uglier structures right now, one of my least preferable structures. This trend line here has been absolutely ruthless here with H&T. Not that we haven't seen this type of crazy downtrend behavior with H&T before. So we're still quite a bit of ways for the 90-day, 50-day moving average, right around $1 here, 97 cents. Still need to see a proper bounce in here when we look left and we back out. We have a really, really strong bounce here in 2020, but don't have a lot of data other than this very ugly data that's aggregated from multiple exchanges here on launch from 2020 and saw that nice move higher in there. So it's still in a fragile spot. You know, we're not at the absolute worst spot. We have alts that are in, you know, a much deeper territory that have multiple levels that need to be recovered. We're only about 30, 40 cents away from an area that puts us back in that comfortable spot like we were back here in February. Unfortunately, just failure to maintain that. So watching for that move there, that's what's going to give us that confirmation. For the time being, guys, with assets like this is just a DCA. Okay, I would just do the DCA here. You know, pop over 117, turn the DCA off. You guys can layer in a limit if you guys want to keep adding that, like 117, 120. We can take it from there. But right now, below 117, below 120 is just a DCA. Don't overcomplicate this. Either sit on your hands, DCA, and that's it. Taking a look here at Ondo, got a very nice pullback in Ondo, as we discussed. Wanted a more deep correction in here towards the 50-day, which is right around 30 cents. You know, this may have been good enough for the market. It was a 30% correction in there. But remember that flags can do this, right? And flags can come and they can do this. And that could still be completely valid and would still set us up for a really nice set of impulses higher. So still keep in mind that 30 cents is the preferred back test. It aligns very closely with the 50-day. Not that we left a massive gap. It's only about a 3.5 cent gap, but it is still a gap that got left behind. And I'm still going to keep an eye on that until I see something that says, hey, we're taking out previous highs in here. This doesn't matter in the short term anymore. Taking a look at API 3, 50-day being defended right now on the daily. I'm good with this. One of the healthier, corrective structures here that's seen a nice pop over that roundedness. Looks good.